We just saw one of the most heinous looking rats climb down where we were going to record this episode.
So we're calling an audible, and we're actually going to go ahead and do this in the hotel room where the rats at least tried not to see us.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another special episode of On the Line. We are on the road once again. Today we are going to be showing you our time at New York Comic Con. Hope you enjoy yourselves. And before we move any further, I'm going to introduce my fellow On the Liner, Jun.
What's up? This is going to be a cool episode, and we also have Crystal.
Hey guys, and your host today is Steven.
Hopefully we can provide you some good tips and tricks that you can use when you're going to these conventions. You don't want to burn yourself out too early in the gate. I like to say we're not experts, but we're no dummies. And with that, we are now on the line.
Shabrom, shabrom.
We are currently in New York Comic Con.
We are at the Javits Center in New York.
This is the show floor right here.
The One Piece is real! This is why I love Comic Con. It is amazing.
It is a blast being out here.
It's been a long day.
For those of you who do not know, New York Comic Con is a convention, an expo, if you will, for all things comics. And it's not even limited to comics. They'll bring you a lot of different fandoms with movies, TV series,
Video games,
mangas. I saw a lot of classic TV shows making its way back. Cartoon shows, video games, not even from this generation, maybe even from the 90s or even further back.
That's old.
It's really old. So Comic-Con has a place for everybody. If you like it, they probably have something catered to you.
We do also have some clips of Comic-Con, so why don't we just go ahead and...
We're here at New York Comic Con. It is pretty crazy right now. As you can see, there are a ton of people here. They are all dressed up, all different fandoms, all around the world. I traveled from Chicago just to make it here in New York. To think that the comics have evolved into this huge event, this huge convention. Even anime has made its way over here. We have a lot of manga here. We have a lot of people dressed up, from Dragon Ball Z to One Piece. It's pretty crazy. We have a lot of villains here too. The integration into the American culture is insane. Comics have taken over the world, and this is proof of it. New York Comic Con. So let's head inside. Let's be part of the craziness, and let's see what we can find in there.
Hey everyone, we're currently here at New York Comic Con on the show floor. Here you'll find a bunch of different booths where they have cool installations where you can take pictures or just look at all the stuff that they're selling.
Bunch of things that you could be doing. There are photo ops, there are autograph opportunities. You take pictures with your favorite people from the Comic-Con kind of world, whatever you like. There's somebody who's probably going to be there to sign something. They also have Marvel. They have their own panel here just for giveaways. They also do like little quizzes and trivia, all these fun activities that you do all throughout the day.
So many people out here looking at comic books, collecting. There's even a place where you can get your comic books graded and to see the worth of it.
As soon as you walk into New York Comic Con, they have this Dragon Ball Z booth set up, gigantic Shenron, huge installation of all the characters here. This is what I'm a huge fan of. This is why I love Comic Con. It is amazing. Another huge installation at the Javits Center. We have Crunchyroll here, your hub for all anime. It looks like they have a pretty nice little setup here. It makes you feel like you really are part of the culture.
As you probably knew, Marvel was going to have it popping. You can see all the people back here for just the Marvel giveaway. They're going to be going crazy in just a little bit. But you got to know that Marvel and Comic-Con is going to be one of the sweetest things you can get at Comic-Con.
This is such a great place to be. I love Comic-Con. They even have specific shows like Spy Family. They have their own booth. They have Chainsaw Man. That's not even out yet, but they have their own booth just to show what Comic-Con has for you.
We had to stop right here to look at this huge Luffy installation. It's crazy how anime fandom can turn into something like this. I don't even know how tall it is, but it goes all the way to the ceiling of this Javits Center. Tons of people lining up just to take a picture with it. If you don't want to wait in line, you can kind of go around the back and take a picture with his giant butt.
So we're going to jump straight into it. We're going to talk about New York Comic Con and our experiences there. We'll let you know what we enjoyed at Comic Con, what we saw, and how our experience was. And hopefully we'll be able to give you some advice on how not to burn yourself out and do Comic Con the right way.
Yeah, so as you see, like we have, our hall. We're probably going to show this at some point. Not everything here was bought. And some of the more fun and I guess more exhilarating parts that happen in con, especially with the big kind of name like animes and vendors and shops like that, like Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. They gave away bags and just like lining up for those free kind of giveaways. They also have like fans. And as you can see, some of us go Super Saiyan, some of us, go Straw Hat Goofy. Those things are really fun too. There are a good amount of free things that you could also do at con, which are fun.
That's why we were fortunate enough to have, Comic-Con passes for more than one day. We went there day one, Thursday. We were literally at the door waiting in line at 9:30 or even earlier than that, waiting for the doors to open. We went straight to the Dragon Ball booth and we were able to get Dragon Ball Z bags. They're pretty big and they have backpack straps. But then we realized we saw other people walking around with One Piece bags, Funko Pop bags. We saw a huge assortment of bags. We were like, we got to go get them. So we ran over to those lines and realized that they were gone. And this was after the first hour of Comic-Con, these things were absolutely gone on day one. We told ourselves day two, day 2, day 3, whatever, we got to go back. We got to get these bags because they're free and they're literally huge. These bags are bigger than my torso.
W bags for sure.
I love me a reusable bag.
And they are reusable bags and they hold a lot. And so all of the shopping that we did at con, it really helped out to have a bag with us so we can put all of those things in there. But even if you just buy something at con, most of these places, especially the bigger booths, they have their own personalized bags to give you. So, keep an eye out for those bags if you go to Comic-Con. Definitely keep in mind of what the crowds are going to look like, depending on which day pass that you have. For New York Comic-Con, it ran from Thursday to Sunday. Thursday, we felt like there was going to be a good amount of people there, especially because we're in New York. But I mean, the Thursday population did not even amount to the Friday population. And from Friday to Saturday, I want to say that place felt like the population doubled. There were so many people. And so, keep that in mind for when you go to Comic-Con.
I ain't never going back on a Saturday.
Keep that in mind for when you go to Comic-Con.
For me.
I feel I kept thinking at moments walking through the stores on Saturday, also because it's added to the fact that you walked around Thursday and you're tired. You walked around Friday and you're tired. Now you're in Saturday. You're walking around, you're tired, and you're also so crowded. I just kept picturing that moment in Game of Thrones where Jon Snow is crawling up from the war, and he's
trying to get a breath of fresh air,
literally
just trying to breathe.
So many people. Freaking Thursday, I could walk around the aisles empty, go and see whatever I want. Saturday, literally body to body in the freaking aisles. Oh,
it was
my
shoulder
God.
to shoulder.
especially like the main intersections. Like, forget about it. You couldn't even see the other side of the intersection. It can get pretty crazy, which is what I feel like the biggest difference is between New York Comic Con and C2E2 that happens in Chicago. I think C2E2 in Chicago, it's a little more spacious. I feel like they don't have as many booths or as many vendors as they do at New York
100%.
Comic Con, but they have what I feel like is a little bit more space, so they're able to spread out a little bit more. And also, I feel like there isn't that many people that come to C2E2 in comparison to New York Comic Con.
So if you're going one single day, I recommend Thursday.
With the caveat, I think the caveat being like you're more into the show floor.
Mhm.
If you're paneling, you might have to change your day based on who you're trying to see.
If you're paneling, you better book your
Yeah.
place like 5 months
You're
ahead.
dead.
I don't know
You're
when.
dead. I don't understand
soon
how
as
you can get a
pre-sale.
reservation.
But what they do is they have casts of shows. The Big Bang Theory cast literally like pulled up to San Diego Comic Con, and they did a panel talk where they talk about their show. They talk about like basically how they like the show or what they do with each other, things like that. And then they even open up the floor to some questions to the public. Every single convention has different panel guests. I think this year they had their 25th reunion for Back to the Future.
Yep.
And so they had Michael J. Fox in here. They had
Christopher Lloyd. And anybody else from that movie. I'm
and
sure
anyone
Biff
else
is
from
there.
that movie. But I mean, they had the setup too. I mean, outside of Comic Con, they had the flying DeLorean. Literally, doors open. They had the huge backdrops. You can take pictures. A lot of people dressed up as the Doc or even Marty.
Doofus Marty was there.
I saw Jennifer,
Doofus
I
Marty
think.
was there. Jennifer was there.
Yeah, that Doom Patrol and stuff like that. Doom Patrol cast was there. They also do screenings and stuff. So they screen like a lot of times they'll do new shows. I know Dan Harmon had Chronopolis. He did a screening of that to just play for the audience. You get like an exclusive first look, and they also do like showings. Like I think they had a preview of Lord of the Rings. Rings of Power, something with that. That one sold out immediately. And yeah, so like the reservation thing is super important. Reservations start way before the convention, probably like two-ish weeks before the convention. So definitely keep an eye out on that. And if you want to see a panel, don't think that you can just show up that day and be like, "Oh, can I go in?" Like, no, those have been booked weeks ago.
You're like really into someone, like the reason why they cap the lines is because they usually offer like an autograph or a photo, and that person can't be there all day taking photos and signing autographs. So if you really want someone's autograph or a picture with them, one, be prepared to pay for it, and two, you gotta keep in mind that like everybody's probably also gonna want that.
This year at New York Comic Con, they had comic book artist Jim Lee. Now, this guy has drawn, I believe he's very big on X-Men, and his artwork was used to create the X-Men animated series. All of those costumes that you see in the animated series, all those characters, renditions were created by him. And he was at Comic-Con signing autographs for the general public. You literally can walk up into this line and get something autographed. I think he was charging like a premium of $40 a signature.
But
I think
that's
his
one of those things where like if you have an old comic, like you can have him sign that, pay $40, and that comic goes up in value like $500. You know,
it could go way more than that.
I know that's why a lot of people like doing that.
What's crazier too is that you can get your signature in Artist Alley by Jim Lee, and then you literally go to the show floor and get it graded and minted on the spot. And you throw it in a case and everything, and there it is. That's a collectible like forever. The value on that will forever hold its value.
We talked a little bit about the booths, the panels. We talked a little bit about the swag and stuff like that. How do you guys like a major component to Comic-Con is the people that go to it, not just the stuff that's there, it's the people that go to it. What was like the coolest costume you guys saw there?
There were so many costumes. There were a lot of impressive Batmans. They were like head to toe in the suit.
Oh, I love a good Batman. I saw like one like you can. It's funny because like you can see like the mask. You're like, oh, they're the Robert Pattinson one. Or like, oh, they're the Christian Bale one. But like you don't even think about it. But like when you see it, you're like, I know which one this guy is.
People go all out. Like it's like really impressive to see like someone have like a costume that clearly looks handmade and clearly looks like they spent hours on it. So just seeing them in person is just like an insane
Yeah.
view. I don't know.
Aside from like costumes, like single cosplayers, I think what was most impressive were the group cosplayers. We saw a whole team of Pokemon themed Mandalorian. It was
That's pretty cool.
insane.
There's the Power Ranger squad.
There was a
too.
Power Ranger squad. There were multiple Power Ranger squads. We were by Kochek for a hot second because we were eating over there. And then literally like Luffy and his whole crew like pulls up on us. And they were like
That
six
was really
deep.
cool. The whole
The
freaking pirate
whole-
crew.
They were all there. And they're like, hey, is this Kochek working? Like, do you know? We're like, no, I don't know.
And then they walk away, and then you hear like off in the distance, "Oh my god, can I get a picture with you guys?" And then you turn to the side, and,
And
they
then,
all
like,
get into like a pose
On the drop of a hat, these guys go into this action pose as a group. It was amazing.
It's almost like a poster itself.
Yeah.
I think another group costume that I really liked seeing very briefly was the people from the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
they
that
were-
was really
I thought
good.
the
They were
Nightmare Before
standing
Christmas. It was the Nightmare
on-
Before Christmas children with the
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie Man.
Yeah, the kidnapped the Santa Claus, throw him in the bag. Those guys, and they were like on like one of those like it's like a photo op opportunity, and it was like Nightmare Before.
It was
Christmas
the Nightmare
thing.
Before Christmas
And,
like
you
booth.
just- they're just there, and you're like, oh, they look like they're a packaged toy
Yeah.
in real life. And that one was definitely one of
They
my
were
favorite
all there all
group ones
together.
for sure.
That was pretty funny.
My favorite thing about cosplaying is that all these grown adults, they pretend like we're pretending like that is them. It's like you're a kid and you freaking see Santa Claus, you're like, oh my god, that's Santa Claus.
And then Santa Claus is
But
like,
instead-
ho, ho, ho,
now
ho,
it's
come
like-
sit on my lap.
oh my god, it's Buzz Lightyear walking around.
And then you see him go into an action pose like, yeah.
and like you like actually are like pretending like that's them, and it's kind of funny and fun at the same time.
It's hilarious.
Luckily for us, we actually got to find out what some other people thought were their favorite costumes as well. Crystal hit the streets and talked to a few people about which ones they like too.
Who's your favorite anime cosplay you've seen today at Comic-Con?
That's a good one. Considering who I've seen,
Who's your favorite anime cosplay you've seen today?
Oh gosh.
I think the best one I seen was maybe Leon S. Kennedy. He looked cool. Or a Homelander. It was a Homelander.
Oh,
And he was a jerk too. I don't want to curse.
Oh, no.
He was a jerk. But I liked it.
Obviously, my other Hatsune Miku's, I would say. I'm gonna be biased.
or Dante from Devil May Cry. That was a
Like, he
good
was doing
Dante.
cool things with his sword.
It was with his guns. It was Ebony and Ivory. He was like,
See, like that's the crazy thing about these like conventions is that you find those oddball characters that you don't ever feel like you would ever see outside of like the TV, and you'd see like almost the entire cast of your favorite show. So it really makes it special seeing all these people in person, just loving something as much as you do.
As you can see, Comic-Con is crazy. It's huge. There's a lot of people there, a lot of activity, a lot of different costumes, and a lot of different personalities.
As you heard from that one guy, like you definitely, like we mentioned, people like when the people dress as the people, they want to like show the people as they are. So like Homelander was just, like being a jerk to people, but that was like part of like the whole Homelander vibe, which is cool to see.
We pulled up on someone, like a group of two people. It was like a child in like a warrior outfit, and then like a full-grown adult in like a ghillie suit that looked like a dog or something, like a white dog. And the dog in the photo op was like on their knees and like bowing
Oh
down
yeah.
for like a span of like 10
it was
minutes.
from I looked it up. It's from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, it was
Mm.
Full Metal. See, I'm just now getting into the anime scene other than like
I
Dragon Ball
don't know
Z.
what that is.
Full Metal Alchemist is like one of the foundational animes.
Really?
Yeah, that is
Mm.
like one that goes down in the books as like people's like favorite.
There's like that entrance way you can kind of see, kind of become like where people take a lot of the photos because there's a good amount of space.
Yeah.
So, like the bigger cosplayers will come out to that opening and then just like people just go around and take pictures. We were part of that a little bit.
Yeah,
we would walk
were.
around
Yeah.
and people would be like, "Oh, Mario, Luigi, Toad."
Oh my God, I love you guys.
The one day we decided to dress up, I was dressed up as Toad, and everywhere I walked, oh my God, it's Toad!
Yeah, yeah.
Like so loud.
Did you guys see the new Mario trailer?
I would just
Yeah.
get Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
That Mario trailer came out right at the right time.
So I think the Mario trailer came out like on the Thursday of Comic-Con.
Yeah, that first day.
So after day one, and we had so many questions of people asking, like,
So, how did you think about the trailer?
Did you guys see the trailer? How did you like Chris Pratt as
Yeah.
Mario?
I said give him a try, guys. Give him a chance. He didn't speak that much in there. I know he's very Chris Pratt, but like, give him a chance.
I would like to say that I made all them costumes handmade
Beautifully
by
done.
yours truly.
They were
Like a Comic-Con staple, handmade
well
stuff,
done.
and just
I didn't spend that much
knocked it out
time
the
on it.
park.
Not bad.
Nice.
Crystal's very good at crafting, especially crafting some costumes, some cosplay. Hit your girl.
Oh, don't hit me up.
She's
because I'm not gonna do it again. I ain't gonna do it again.
Hit your girl for some advice.
But you can really craft. So I literally didn't have a sewing machine that worked, so I just needed scissors and a hot glue gun to do all of that.
There are some people that go all out with their homemade costumes. And Crystal actually got to talking with one of these guys because we saw this cool Mandalorian, and we'll just let Crystal take it away at Comic-Con.
Standing here next to Mando, I wanted to ask, how long did it take for you to get ready today?
It's definitely a long time. It was 3 months of 3D printing, a lot of sewing, a lot of painting. Definitely it was a progress, and just putting like the costume itself is like a good 30 minutes to put all the pieces together.
That is crazy. I didn't realize it was 3D printed, a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, most of them are like it's 3D printed, some leather techniques. Most of them is 3D printing, and also there is like leather and EVA foam combined, so you can create the thickness for the fake leather. It's a long progress, but I'm very excited. I love I love cosplaying. It's one of my passions, so I think it's worth it. The time, the effort, the energy, definitely.
Definitely, and it looks amazing. We love it.
He made that at home by himself.
Wild.
It's insane. It's nuts. Dude, it looks great.
Yeah.
Like that looked
Just
amazing.
Easy 3D printer shot. Paint it. 3D print.
Painting.
Easy. And then you go out there, but like that's the thing. Like people, mad respect. Like you walk
Yeah.
around, people, you're like a minor celebrity for a day. People take pictures of you.
If you go to Comic-Con and you like cosplay something, you'll always find the people who are just like you, and you always end up taking like a group photo.
There's a lot of camaraderie at Comic-Cons. Everyone in that community just like meshes together, and you all realize that everyone loves the same things you do.
Yeah, it's kind of like the magic of Comic-Con in the sense of like everyone with very similar like interests, even though they might not be the same interest exactly, but they're like all in the same kind of realm and mindset. Like, oh, we're gonna dress up as our favorite characters. There's thousands of people who like if you wear a One Piece T-shirt or you wear a One Piece costume, people are like, yo, nice costume. I love that shirt and stuff like that.
Which is what's wild because anime has taken over these conventions. I want to say like close to like half of these booths were related to anime somehow. If they were not like, so just to name a few, Dragon Ball had their own booth and it was probably one of the biggest ones there. One Piece had multiple stations there, and they even had like one of the biggest. They had two of the biggest booths there. They had their own Bleach booth. They had their
Gundam.
own Naruto booth. They had their own Demon Slayer booth. Crunchyroll was there, which is like one of the biggest hubs to watch anime. Funimation was there. Toei Animation was there. Tamashii Nations was there. I mean, and that's just like the tip of the iceberg. And to see like all these anime fans reach throughout all of Comic-Con, everyone has their own favorite. Crystal was brave enough to walk up to some of these people and ask,
That's the face
what
of
their
joy.
favorite anime was, and everyone had a different answer.
What is the best anime of all time?
That's so tough. I would have to say maybe Demon Slayer or Jujutsu Kaisen. Kind of torn between those two.
Chainsaw Man. It doesn't have anything come out yet.
Mine's kind of old, and it's probably a little problematic at this point, but I do really like Gravitation. It was my first boy love anime and manga, so.
Ushishi.
Honestly, my favorite anime, Itakis. It's a romance. Or on High School Host Club.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
I know it's not the best, but it's my favorite, Konosuba.
One we haven't heard all day.
Really?
One Piece. Yeah.
One Piece. The One Piece.
The One Piece is real.
I would say Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, it's Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball, without a doubt.
Anime has taken over these conventions. It is the new era of comics. Even around here at Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, they have their own Naruto booth. They have their own Demon Slayer booth. These are shows that you can catch on Netflix, and you can tell that everyone has access to this because of all the different costumes that you see here. It's amazing. Everyone's so excited to dress up as their favorite character to show off how much they love these shows.
And so while we were at Comic-Con, we were actually trying to pick the brains of some of these fangoers to try to solve the ultimate question: Marvel or DC?
Honestly, there's been a bit of a rival between Marvel and DC Comics. We're gonna try to see today who reigns the world of comics, DC or Marvel. Let's go. Best overall, Marvel or DC?
Marvel.
Marvel. Marvel.
Marvel. They're here. So,
They have to be.
yeah, if you're in the game, you got to be here.
Comics, DC, Marvel movies.
Oh, that's a good one.
I would say the same.
Marvel or DC?
It was Marvel and then more recently DC, so I kind of swing back and forth.
Oh man, what made you swing over the DC side?
I think it was mainly the I think the Wonder Woman Justice League storylines have been going on. So
Those are really good.
Yeah, I like Wonder Woman too, but I don't know if I like her that much. I don't know if
her.
she is.
I hope Gal Gadot
she's
once comes.
changing my ties between Marvel and DC.
That is a mystery that'll truly never be solved.
Yeah.
I mean,
You
it's
just
going to
gotta keep
be
waiting for DC to keep pooping.
Yeah.
out some
When are
garbage.
people going to give up on DC? I know their comics are foundational to Marvel's
I'm kind of with that
lift
guy.
off.
I'm kind of with that guy. I split. I'm DC Comics and I'm Marvel. Entertainment, TV,
Yeah.
movies. I think it's okay to be split.
I feel
think
like
it's okay
most
to be
people are Marvel, obviously, because their movies are blockbuster, insane. Like everybody watches it, and you don't have to know the comics to enjoy the movie. So that's probably why there's like a ton of Marvel fans out there, aka me. I would not pick DC because every DC movie I've watched blows.
They definitely could use a little work.
The younger audience that is maybe not so into comic books and stuff, but more into movies, they're gonna be like, "Oh, Marvel's the one." And the thing about when you go into that kind of specific world, what is your favorite character? Mine like ranges. I love the Flash. I love Martian Manhunter, and I like Jon Stewart, Green Lantern. So I have a couple different picks, and then Batman's also up there, and I do not care for Superman. So those are kind of my favorites.
I do enjoy me a good Batman. I watched Batman a lot when I was growing up. I was never really into the comics, but like DC movies were the thing when I was growing up. And so like watching those, I feel like are foundational to like my superhero experience. Like Batman was there. Superman, I can kind of almost care less because I feel like he's just invincible. It almost got boring.
Yeah, he's a boring guy.
But I mean, I love the Flash. I've more recently found that I really like Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I
He's a
feel like
huge
is a
favorite,
classic superhero that just never gets old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like one of those things where Marvel and DC just keep battling each other in like this heavyweight fight.
Crystal, do you have any?
Marvel right now, Scarlet Witch, like she is a bad a bleep. DC, honestly, for a while there was Green Arrow, so off the cuff, but I watched like the whole entire series on CW. It's like I feel like the CW TV shows, like you don't need to know the comics because like they run it like a dramedy. Like honestly, if you watch
Yeah.
Gossip Girl, you would probably enjoy
Yeah.
Green Arrow. I don't know.
She
They're
watched
very much
like
so like that.
8
Yeah.
seasons of Green Arrow without me. I don't think I've seen a single
It's
episode
so
of Green
good.
Arrow.
I watched all the Flash too without him because they like
But
have
what if
like
I'm not
that
fast
drama
enough?
in there. I like it.
The
The
Ball.
ball.
The
And
Flash
like,
is a good TV series.
everybody on CW is like beautiful too, so they're very
The
enjoyable to
requirement.
watch.
And Crystal was actually able to get some insight of a couple of people on Comic Con what their favorite characters are. So let's go ahead and check that out.
Who is your favorite superhero in the Marvel Universe?
Wolverine.
Favorite superhero? I have to go with Spider-Man.
Is Thor your favorite character or you got a different one?
No, I like Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, awesome. Who would you say is your favorite character in the DC universe right now?
Oh, that's Wonder Woman.
Wonder Woman. All right, thank you so much.
I wonder like who we've missed. Like, do you guys have like an apparent favorite that we're missing or that nobody said? Like, I want to hear them.
Yeah, what are they?
You said, well, Jen was looking for a Mjolnir like the whole weekend, and honestly, all of them were like mostly sold out. Like
Yeah.
all the vendors, and I feel like I seen like everybody carrying one, so I feel
Yeah.
like Thor is huge.
Yeah, and what is that? Our favorite Thor? Fat
We
Thor.
even
Fat
saw
Thor.
our favorite Thor.
There's so many fat Thors, and it's so funny because you could tell right away.
I think one of my new favorite parts, I went to New York Comic Con for one day last year. And this time it is different because I got a 4-day pass for me and Steve. And then Crystal got 3 days to go in there. So we had a lot of days to work with. And so one thing we ended up doing, also because we were extremely tired, at some point just standing and waiting in lines and just going through the motions of the whole, going through a convention, is we stopped and we played some games. Unfortunately, we ran into a little problem where like we were put in a section because they had a tournament going on. And so they put us in a section where we didn't have the game we wanted to play on the computer. So we had to download it and update and download it. And that took forever. But just the idea that you can like kind of go to a gaming section, go to a PC and play a game that you want to play is just that part of the convention is really fun to me.
That was something that I thought was like a place that I would never visit, is like the gaming
Weird, right?
area for a comic convention. Like, we're there to be active in the convention and to like sit down and play video games. Like, I could do that at home,
The
but
key word here is sit down.
yeah.
That's why I like that section.
Yeah, pro tip. You might think, oh, sitting down playing games is not something you should do at a convention. You're going to want to sit down. You're
Yeah.
going to want to sit down. And if you can play games while you do it, W move.
Yeah, and it's not even limited to like mouses and keyboards. They have controllers. They have consoles all over the place. I mean, they had
Yeah,
like
PS5s. If
they
you've
had
never played
PlayStation
PS5s,
5s there.
there's like a whole row of those.
They had next gen consoles. They even have like Super Smash Brothers, like pretty vintage games too, like pretty classic games, I should say. They have the fan favorites, the popular ones like I don't know what people play, like Portal. Portal was there. Super Smash Brother was there. We even saw someone in the gaming area just straight watching a movie on the computer.
Just taking
What
a
movie?
break.
I don't know. He
I don't know. He was just watching
just
like
sitting
something.
there.
We were like waiting by the bathrooms, and I turned around. I'm like, oh, this guy's just watching a movie.
Yeah.
What a smart guy.
So, I mean, granted, we, like Jen said, I was fortunate enough to get a 4-day pass. Thanks to Jen. Thank you. So we had a lot of time at Comic-Con. We had enough time to get some rest by going to the gaming area and just playing some games a little bit. If you are going to Comic-Con for 1 or 2 days, make the most out of your time. It's going to burn you out. There's a lot of things to see, and you're going to be more than excited to go to see every single booth. And before you know it, your feet are hurting, you are burnt, and there's like 2-3 holes in your wallet. So, definitely pace yourself. If you have time to sit down, play some games, get some rest, get some food, I say do it. It really helps keeping you onto the showroom floor for as long as possible.
And they also have tournaments. So if you feel like you're a god at these games, you can really show out. Those are really fun to do.
Yeah, I'm not really into like comic books and like figures and stuff, which I think are like a majority of the shops there at Comic-Con, but they have like a ton of other shops that hold like other, I don't know, what do you call it, merchandise that I think is just like really cool to look at. Like one of the vendors was like made art pieces like out of wood, and they use like actual pieces of wood to get color, and like they didn't have any paint. I don't know how to explain, but I think that's cool. And honestly, they have like a bunch of little vendors that sell like fandoms that are like so small, and you wouldn't think they would ever have like a t-shirt for that. I swear they like have everything.
And you think like sometimes like oh, I've been around here, I saw this already, but like even the shops that look kind of similar, they're like they got different things. So you would definitely want to check out all the different shops from each different place.
What's wild is they have like quite an extensive selection of like prop weapons. They have like Thor's hammer. They even have Stormbreaker, his second hammer. They have like swords from different anime. They even have
They have like a whole like 2 or more stores just all lightsabers from freaking
Yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah, I almost so close to buying Mjolnir, so close to buying a Thor hammer. But I just kept like going to the places. I'm like, yeah, I could find this maybe for cheaper. And Chris was like, let me ask how much this one is, and it's like $55. And then we'll go to the next one. It's like, oh, it'll be $45. And then by the end of it, I found the one, and it was I think they listed it slightly higher because it was like Saturday, which is like the big day, and also other stores kind of ran out of stock of it. So then it went up to $50, and I was like, no. But I was so close. I could have been worthy. Could have been so worthy.
Yeah, that's the thing about these vendors is like they have these things in stock, but like once it's gone, it's gone. But like even then, if you see something and like because they're coming up with their own prices for these things, you can even haggle or you can even like try to bargain with them. Like I think the first day I bought 2 shirts and like one of these statues. This is day one.
One of them.
And they were able to give me like a price cut on some of their products. So they were like, oh, we'll charge you a discounted price for the statue figure. And then we also won't charge you tax for the t-shirts, but we'll tax you on the statue, which like the statue figure was a lot cheaper than the 2 t-shirts. And so he taxed me on the lower priced item and he cut the price of that item for me. And this was day one. I mean,
working magic.
Yeah, you can talk to these guys. They're all selling their own items.
Yeah, you have a lot better luck with cash too. Like if you're trying to haggle, bring some cash.
Oh my God, it's 20.
I think it's probably because the vendors you get the cash and that's their money. But if you like use a card, they probably get charged like a credit card fee or something.
Transaction fee.
They're more likely to give you like $5 off or a discount if you are like paying cash.
But I always bring cash. My little trick is that when I ask them for the price, they're like, "Oh, this figure is like I don't know, $30." I'll bust out 20, and I'll be like, "Would you do it for like 20, 25?" I'm like, maybe not. And I'm like walking away with the $20 bill in my hand. I'm like, "Are you sure? Like, I'll give you this 20 right now." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do it." Perfect, sucker.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
We've seen a ton of Marvel and DC cosplays today. Honestly, I've been seeing a lot of Scarlet Witches, probably one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe right now. But where would all of that fandom start? From the movies. Obviously, it started with the comics. As you can see, there are tons of comic book booths here. But I guess now we're just going to go take a look at some comics.
If you're one to collect any kind of goods, comics, figures, pins, Comic-Con is definitely the place to go. We were fortunate enough to find out about these limited edition, once in a lifetime drop comic edition comic covers. We have it here. I'm sure you've seen it, been looking at it this whole time. Funko somehow got the rights to Disney's characters here. And so this is a one-of-one drop exclusive to New York Comic Con. Same thing with this. Unreleased, exclusive at Comic Con.
Thor variant. Thor teams up with Venom. Dope cover. That was really fun to get. We didn't think we were going to get it, but we ended up getting them for sure. It was definitely cool.
So look up what exclusives you can find at your Comic-Con before you go. So that was our experience at New York Comic-Con. That was my first time at New York Comic-Con, and I had a blast. We all had a blast. We all got a huge amount of swag to come with it. Thanks for tuning in. That was our time at Comic-Con, and I hope you all enjoyed some of our extra footage from Comic-Con. It was definitely a special thing to see and to be a part of.
If you like content like that and you want more content like that, make sure you like and subscribe down below, and check us out in our social medias at We Are On The Line. And please tell us your favorite superheroes down below, maybe your favorite animated series. I hope you guys enjoy our con episode. Thanks. Now, what button do I press?
Did I do that?
You say things that aren't real, you talk with confidence, and people just listen to you.